We're bidding goodbye to 2024 and bringing in the new year. A good time to reflect on the year gone by, especially when it comes to your health and when it comes to your fitness. This is our special broadcast. We're looking at the road ahead for 2025. You're watching Health 360. I'm Sneha Mortani. 2024 has been a year of misinformation, and unfortunately social media doctors have found a lot of this wrong information on platforms, on social media platforms. Now, scaringly, a lot of people follow these so-called health influencers. Not just that, health conversations in general also tend to veer towards myths. It's always the case, isn't it? So we decided to break some popular ones for you. Take a look. Well, as we step into the new year 2025, it's a good time to bust some myths around your health. Well, it's a myth that all carbs are bad. Yes, processed carbs are terrible for health, but all carbs aren't bad. People seem to be running away from carbs, even the healthy kind, and in moderation, as if it's some villain out there. The fact is, it isn't. Healthy carbs, like this one, natural carbs, whole grains, fruits, vegetables are extremely healthy. When mixed with the right kind of proteins, they're extremely good for you. So don't really run away from carbs. They really aren't the villain there. So we told you about carbs. What about drinking water? One done, 7 more to go. Is this how you deal with water consumption? Is this what you think, that 8 glasses and more is great for you? Well, it's actually a myth. The fact of the matter is that you should consume water as per your requirement. Sometimes when I'm talking all day like I'm talking right now, when I'm anchoring, I require up to 12 to 13 glasses of water to quench my thirst because I'm talking. My body requires that, especially when I'm talking or also when I'm working out. But there are days when I don't even feel like having beyond 4 or 5 glasses of water. It's absolutely okay. 8 glasses of water isn't a compulsion. It's a myth. Consume water as per your requirements. If you end up consuming a lot more water, for example, consuming 4 to 5 glasses of water in the morning thinking that your skin is going to glow, your hair is going to glow, it won't do that. Excessive water consumption can also lead to water intoxication. It's going to wash out the electrolytes from your body. So consume only as much as is required. Like I said at the outset, 8 glasses of water a day is actually a myth. The other myth to bust is that vaping is better than smoking. Well, if this is something that you want to stop doing in the new year, in 2025, that is stop smoking, then just stop it. Do not resort to this, vape. Vaping isn't the solution. It's equally harmful. It leads to nicotine addiction as well. Why would then you pick up a gateway product that has also been banned in India and also in many other countries worldwide? Vaping is not the solution. It isn't better than smoking. It's equally bad. The other myth is that drinking raw vegetable juices like ashgord is the ultimate fix. Fact is, all raw vegetables are rich in oxalates, which could lead to kidney stones if consumed in excess. Well, it's best to eat them as cooked vegetables. Well, it's a myth that A2 ghee is a miracle food. The fact is that ghee has no protein. It's pure fat. The source makes no difference. While ghee contains beneficial fats, it's no cure-all. Excessive consumption can lead to weight gain or cardiovascular issues. Balance and moderation are the key. Well, the other myth that a lot of people tend to believe is about this, the humble microwave. an effective tool in the kitchen to heat your food. It does not make your food radioactive. The microwave generates thermal energy and not radioactivity. So if you believe that your food is becoming radioactive because of using the microwave, you rather use the glass to heat the food, then that's far from the truth. It's actually a myth. Time someone busted it. Busting myths to holding the mirror to you, giving you a reality check. Well, we've done all of that all through the year on the show. And talking about busting myths and talking about reality checks, the other topic that everyone was talking about is just how to lose weight. And when it comes to weight loss, the buzzword has always been Ozempic. The craze is far from over. More and more people are resorting to Ozempic as the ultimate weight loss solution. But is it just that? What about emerging data around it? What about massive concerns about its side effects? What about microdosing? Is that really a solution? It's a big social media trend though. We're exploring in our next report. Ozempic, Ozempic and more Ozempic. 2024 has seen Ozempic faces, Ozempic bodies and a whole lot of chatter around Ozempic.
इंटरेस्टिंग ये सब दवाइयाँ क्यों निकली कि बंदा हिले नहीं और बॉडी से फैट चली जाए.
But world over, the medical advice is that this is no magical cure.
जैसे लोगों को अनकंट्रोल्ड डायबिटीज़ है, ओबिसिटी उसके साथ है, तो ये स्टेमाग्लुटाइड्स हैं सारी जो ये ड्रग्स आई हैं डिफरेंट नेम्स में, मंजारो ये वो, they under clinical supervision for that particular reason prescribed may be working good for people and may save them from many other problems. But it must be done scientifically under correct supervision.
A weekly dosage of the semaglutide drug is being used to manage type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular conditions all over the world. It is also sold under the brand name Wegovy and Mounjaro. This is not available just yet in India.
Ozempic क्या करेगी? लाइपोलिसिस मतलब आपके फैट को बर्न करेगी. दूसरी और नई दवाई जो अप्रूव हुई है उसकी कीमत $5,300, 30 गोली की रेस्मिटेरॉन. एक और अभी अप्रूव होने वाली है सर्वाड्यूटाइड. वो सब है कि आपका थायराइड ज़्यादा काम करे. आप हिलोगे नहीं, थायराइड ज़्यादा काम करे, बॉडी ऐसी की जैसी दौड़ रही हो. These are only methods for people who are rich.
What about good old exercise and nutrition is the question that many health experts would like to ask.
बॉडी को सहज तरीके से रखें. ये सारी जो नई दवाइयाँ हैं महंगी हैं. जहाँ जैस डॉक्टर प्रेस्क्राइब करे, अपने आप नहीं, वहाँ आप ज़रूर उसको ट्राई कर सकते हैं. उनके बेनिफिट्स भी हैं, बट मसल लॉस जो है बहुत ज़्यादा मसल लॉस. दूसरा तरीका है मैंने बताया जो कि चल फिर नहीं सकते, गुब्बारा फुलाएं, समथिंग एल्स, बट मेक योर फूड 60% uncooked.
Now, microdosing weight loss drugs like Ozempic is a new social media driven trend. Patients and social health influencers are using social media to encourage patients to microdose. On Ozempic, GLP-1 patients are going to Reddit and TikTok to discuss how microdosing helps abate common drug side effects. Others report that microdosing helps them achieve their goal of losing only a small amount of weight or losing weight more gradually. One of the first people to mention microdosing Ozempic was Dr. Craig Conover, a medical professional with over 120,000 followers on Instagram. In October 2024, Craig spoke about it. He's discussed how he had observed individuals taking Ozempic in much smaller amounts than the conventional doses. Now, microdosing of any medication must be done under the supervision of a licensed doctor and is highly subjective, varying on a case-to-case basis. While this method appears promising, it should always be done with medical guidance. And also not to forget that amongst the list of serious side effects, nausea, muscle loss and stomach pain, also constipation, since Ozempic works on the principle of keeping you fuller for longer times. It works on the principle of gastric emptying. The Ozempic craze, though, is far from over. In the year ahead, expect more shortages of the drug as celebrities popularize it for weight loss. Expect further black marketing of this key drug. Whether or not the US FDA declares an end to the shortage of weight loss drugs in 2025 is a question that will be answered only in weeks and months to come. How healthy will you be tomorrow? Have you ever thought about it? Well, from the diagnostics point of view, which is finding out if you have elevated blood sugar levels, etc., to finding out whether you will be developing dementia when you turn 60. Medical science has taken a giant leap. Artificial intelligence is aiding in. How is AI helping people be well today and also helping them figure how well they are going to be tomorrow? You find out in this report. 2024 has been the year of artificial intelligence. AI is offering real-time solutions to healthcare problems and answering your healthcare queries like never before. Data and data analytics is at the heart of predictive health, and the diagnostics industry has picked heavy pace in 2024. Expect 2025 to be no different. Labs in India are already making forays into this, and on top of the priority list is cancer diagnosis. Breast cancer is one of the most common types of cancer in women and is highly treatable if detected early. The survival rate is 99% if it's found early and treated. Noora Labs has introduced AI mammograms, or artificial intelligence supported mammography analysis, which is seen as the best way to see a patient's susceptibility to breast cancer even before the symptoms appear. Mammography is the process of using low-dose radiation, especially to see the image of the breast tissues and assess breast health. Each breast is examined separately and compressed against the digital detector film to obtain the best quality images for assessment.
Very rightly you said that this is a very important thing for any woman to go for this kind of test. But there are two factors. One is technology, the machine which we are using, it's almost painless. And then with our AI-based technology, we are able to detect any abnormalities 2 years before it can be done by a normal scan. And we are using 3D digital mammography, which is a very advanced technology. So we always encourage that, since it is a almost painless process and it can help any woman to get rid of these diseases at the early stage.
AI experts say can revolutionize diagnosis and breast cancer treatment. Research has found that AI-supported screening resulted in cancer detection rate of 6 per 1,000 screened women, compared to 5 per 1,000 for standard double reading without artificial intelligence. Cervical cancer develops in a woman's cervix. Almost all cervical cancer cases are linked to infection with high-risk human papillomaviruses, an extremely common virus transmitted through sexual contact. It is the second most common cause of cancer among Indian women. It can be prevented as it has a long precancerous phase, which can be detected if women screen themselves regularly. Screening for cervical cancer is done using colposcopy. How is AI-based colposcopes used? How then are artificial intelligence-based colposcopes used? AI-based dual fluorescence colposcope, which uses blue light in addition to regular light to increase the visibility and accurately identify early stages of cancer. This is a highly sensitive screening tool. The AI-powered machine for early analysis for leukemia is AI 100, the flagship product of Sectuple, an Indian firm that builds AI-powered software to analyze medical imaging data. Delhi-headquartered Dr. Dang's lab is mastering allergy diagnostics. They have introduced Allergenius DX, an advanced molecular allergy diagnostics test utilizing cutting-edge microarray technology and nanoparticles. This also is powered by AI.
Over time, allergies have become more common in people. So now, to tackle this chronic disease that a lot of people have, we came up with Allergenius DX, or in other words, the genius of allergies detection. How this test functions and how it's revolutionized the entire allergy diagnostics domain is actually very interesting. Now, when you assess and analyze one's allergies to a particular component, that gives a wealth of data that, with the AI algorithm that we have, analyzes that data and gives us a conclusive answer on how to actually avoid exposure to that particular allergen, and also more importantly, how to enter the vast field and very interesting field of precision medicine.
For eye care too, artificial intelligence, experts say, is the future.
Coming to ophthalmology, we have been using artificial intelligence since long in various forms in diagnosing the diseases. They can calculate the number of aneurysm, which is difficult to count manually. They are involving the AI into their gadgets, into their machines, into the fundus camera, into the OCT, and combining all these things with the artificial intelligence and giving out the report.
Now, predictive analytics basically works on historical data, comparing a patient's test results with an entire database of similar reports, research, and parameters. Because of the reliance on data, there are data privacy concerns as well. Artificial intelligence has evolved from a promising concept to a critical tool in healthcare, moving far beyond simple diagnostic support. In 2025, AI-driven predictive healthcare will become a cornerstone of medical innovation, offering unprecedented insights into individual health trajectories. Well, it's time for a quick commercial break here on the show. Much more news around what to expect in the year 2025 in the arena of health and fitness on the other side of this very short commercial break.